I want you guys to label your notebooks flame experiment. The next clean sheet. And all of you are sitting at tables with flames. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna sit quietly and look at the flame and zen with the flame and think about the flame. And I want you to write down 5 testable questions that you could design experiments for in your notebook. So a testable question is not like, why is the flame blue? A testable question is something you can do an experiment with. So I want you each to write down 5 questions, and nobody can talk while we're doing this. After you all have 5, then you guys can share and decide which one you're gonna do an experiment with. Okay, ready, go. Some of the equipment that you guys can use I have over here, and I have a lot more other stuff if you want to get creative, but this is called a thermocouple, and it's basically a thermometer that can record really high temperatures up to, I think, in the neighborhood of like 2,000 Celsius, so much higher than our flame will be. So we have 4 of these, one for each group if you need that. So if you're thinking, gosh, I can't do an experiment with whatever I'm putting on there, maybe you can. We have a lot of cool stuff. And then this is a gas pressure sensor. I have 2 of them, and you can do some really cool things with this. So if you think about the gas fueling the flame, so that might help you to come up with some others. When you're all done with all 5, I want you guys to discuss and each pick each person's best. And I want you guys to talk about which ones are testable and which ones are not. So you guys can judge that, and then I'll come around and talk to each group.
How big can the flame get?
Well, one of mine is like, what's the gas pressure at the flame? So like, if it's the pressure from like here, basically like made it super tall. I don't know how good that is. And then one was the same as yours, like what are the temperatures at different parts of the flame? Does the temp of the room affect the flame? Will the amount of gas affect the flame? And what's in the air affect the flame? What do you guys have?
Does the shape of the flame change with more gas, more heat? Does the heat change with elevation with the same amount of fuel? And then what temperature difference is there between inside the flame or outside the flame? And then which boils faster, cold water or hot water with the same amount of heat?
How hot does the flame have to be blue or to be yellow? And if the flame is turned up, what will happen to the little bitty flame inside there, and what will happen to the bigger one around it? And how tall in centimeters can the flame get? And if the gas is turned down, will the flame still burn strong? And is the flame different temperatures at the top versus at the bottom?
Good. Okay. These are all really good ones. Are there any questions here that are not testable?
I don't know how you could, but for like what's on there.
But they're not Googleable questions, right? They're all testable questions. So you guys have 100%.
You could test it or you could Google it.
Yeah, you could test it. Some questions are Googleable and testable, but as long as you can test them, if you had the right stuff, like the elevation one, we'd have to go
Somewhere other
do something. But it's testable, you know. Excellent, 100%. So now you guys choose the best one and then design it. Okay?
I like if plastic would burn faster than paper, and kind of like her what different types of paper would burn faster. It's really just the gist.
My favorites were at what distance will paper light on fire, and what temperature does plastic melt? And if you spray water over the top of the...
How hot will it be?
Yeah, how hot will it be? Like a spray deal, spray water and stuff. How hot will it be or affect it?
So pick your favorite and then design an experiment from it, and you're going to use the design thing and do your purpose, hypothesis, and variables. Okay, and let me see it when you're done.
heat or pressure, gas pressure. So plan is I'm gonna go make a board that's cubed up so that we can set it on the back of the burner, and then we'll need to use the gas pressure, that thing, so we can write down what kind of gas pressure we use, so we can figure out at this pressure we get this basically area of the flame.
Okay, so to measure gas pressure, you can't have the flame on. We'll figure out a way to do it, but basically you would turn this on and then change this around and measure the pressure of the gas coming out of here without a flame at different amounts of this open or whatever.
That would work too.
And then you would do the same thing, yeah. And assume that it's going to be the same, which it probably will. There's no reason it wouldn't. And to do that, we'd probably do it in the hood, and we have gas in the hood. We have this, so it'll evaporate the.
So we're gonna light paper, or like from the. We're gonna start lighting paper from the top and work our way down. And what we're trying to see is at what distance and how long it takes for the paper to light on fire.
At what distance?
Yeah, and like how long it takes.
Okay.
For like at what distance.
So what are some things that you need to do that?
Paper.
Okay.
Probably need like a meter stick or something.
Okay.
And a timer.
And a timer. Good. Okay. And so we'll have to find a way to keep the meter stick up straight.
Yeah.
They're using a ring stand. Yeah. They're using a ring stand, so maybe you could fashion something like that.
We'll tape it there with duct tape.
And then you should also hold the paper with tongs.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For each part.
Yeah.
So like one measurement here, like one up here and one up here, and then the same for the edge.
Yeah. How close can we hold like a ruler to that? Or should we use a ruler?
Well, we could have, I'm trying to think. We could have like one of those rod things, and then get like a piece of tape and put it around there, and then put like marker stuff on it, and we can have it like by it, so then we can see the measuring thing. So
Are you guys letting Ellen talk too?
we're trying to try to get it to work too. I'm trying to because.
Okay, so you have the distance from, we don't even know how to use that in the first place, the pressure gauge. So should we have this all the way down sealed to here to test the amount of pressure to get a correct reading? Because if not,
You're gonna
then
lose it.
gas will for say escape, so we won't get an accurate reading, right?
Will the flame work if it's all the way down?
I don't know.
You should test that, and if it does, then yeah.
Try that first.
Yeah.
I'll get the matches.
Okay.